Hey guys, it's Infiniti here, and I am bringing you your third video for the Stargate, for the 11/11 Stargate. That is tomorrow. An extremely important and powerful Stargate. We have so much going on, and like I said, this is video number 3. In this video, we are doing the divine feminine and masculine for the following signs: Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and Libra. So the first 2 videos we did had 4 separate astrological signs in those ones. The first video was Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius. The next video was Pisces, Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. So 3 different sections that we're slicing the year and the astrological signs into, and we have water, fire, earth, and air in each of those consecutively like that, starting with Scorpio, the astrological sign that we're in currently, what's going on now with our Stargate. We have the Stargate tomorrow, we have the full moon tomorrow, we have I think I was saying, what was I saying earlier? Now I'm like, I've confused myself. I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, wait a second. It is Mercury that's transiting the sun, not Mars, right? I'm just remembering right now. I hate putting out wrong information. Yeah, it's Mercury. It is Mercury. I was saying Mercury, but then I was like, wait a second. It's not Mars, is it? I was so confused with myself. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's Mercury. So it is Mercury. Mercury is transiting the sun, which means that we, from our perspective here on Earth, get to see Mars in front of the sun. It's just little, it doesn't look the same as when we have an eclipse, but we can see it. It's from certain parts of the world. Unfortunately, here on the Pacific, we cannot, but from, I think, mid country in the US, East Coast, and then many parts of the rest of the world, you can see it happening. And if you're guided to check that out, please do. Mercury transits the sun on 11/11, as well as it being the full moon, and also our Stargate, one of like the most intense. And we have so many intense Stargates, like every Stargate, every single portal that we have every single month, which we do have them every single month. They last for 10 straight days fully. And then we have our, like, what we call the landing day, like the day after the 10 days. So, and then depending on what's going on, other things would be going on right at sometimes it's at the last day or just a couple days later. So just like 4 days later, then we have the new moon, which is also very powerful in its own right. But we're going into this Stargate, this 11/11 Pillars of Creation Stargate, the Stargate that's very transformational for so much awareness, healing, transmutation of energies, coming together, decision making. Oh, there's so much stuff going on. But because of the way that a lot of the times the way that we interpret astrology when we get guided to do these things is through each individual sign, and that, or a lot of times what's done is like all the fire signs, all the water signs, all the earth and air signs together, are kind of bunched together. I was guided yesterday in my meditation to do groupings, but in a totally different way. Do them grouped, like I said before. We're doing them from the times of the year. We're going kind of through seasons. The season that we're in now, the summer to fall, and then the fall, winter, spring, summer, fall kind of way that it goes. And it's really cool because the way that it lines up is water sign, fire sign, earth sign, air sign. So here we have Cancer, water sign; Leo, fire sign; Virgo, earth sign and Libra air sign. So, and that's how it was with the other videos too, and the other readings too. So the first reading we're going to do, we're going to get right into it. And I really encourage you to watch the other two videos. I know they're each of these videos are right around. The first video is an hour and 25 minutes. The second video it goes into 2 hours, and we'll see about this one. So I know it's a lot of time, but if you're guided to watch them or at least listen to them, you don't really need to look at them. You could just listen to them. And the information that comes, of course, looking at the cards is really fun, I think. And so, so here we go. We're starting with the Divine Feminine for Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and Libra. So Divine Feminine, this doesn't mean you're a female, or when I do the masculine, that you're a male. It just means either the aspect. So the aspect of the feminine, the aspect of the masculine. This could also be the people that you know in your life, your divine feminine, your divine masculine in your life, your relationships that you have, or just the different sides of you. And what we're going to do is a 6-card spread, and we're using 6 different oracle decks. 6 different decks, 4 different oracle decks, 2 different tarot decks. So we're using the Angels of Abundance, the Archangel Oracle, the Dragon Fae Oracle, the Fairy Oracle, Shadowscapes Tarot, and the Wild Unknown Tarot. And then to round it off at the very end, I'm pulling 3 cards from my regular deck of cards for cartomancy. And we get further information there as far as codes, activations, and numerology in general. So here we go. Let's get started. Oh, I lost my ring. Let's put that back on. And my music's not playing. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the Pacific. Can you see that? Oh, I make it too bright. I think I made it too bright. 12:34 in the Pacific, and this is what I'm doing. Let's take a picture. That's fun. Well, here it is, 12:34 in the Pacific, and I am up 12:35, getting ready to, I am live. I've been live for about 7. Well, I'm actually not live. This is private, but I am recording, getting ready to do the Divine Feminine for Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and Libra. Already did my other 2 videos. I have yet to publish because I'm waiting to drop them all at the same time for you guys. So without further ado, here we go. I'm going to post that on Instagram. Bear with me, guys. 33 seconds, really. See if that popped. Oops. Oh, we're uploading. Here it is, 12:34. So, without further ado, here we go. Have fun. Gotta love technology. All right, guys. Thanks for being patient. So, without further ado. Well, here it is, 12:34 in the Pacific. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, there we go. Okay, so here we go. And I keep shutting my phone. It's really annoying. I remember back in the day, you could just play YouTube and shut your phone, or keep listening to it when you left the app. Maybe not shut your phone. There we go. I just refuse to pay for that. Okay. I'm super excited about this. We had 4 great, amazing readings. Just so on point with the Stargaters. really ridiculous, the cards that have come out. So I'm super excited for these last two. Thanks so much for being here with me, guys, and receiving these messages. We want to welcome in our divine counterparts, our spirit guides, our guides and guardians, the fae, the angel, dragon fae, everybody who's here and been with us, making me itchy and scratchy and warm, and I get like super tingly. So here we go. We are going to begin with the Angels of Abundance Oracle. We're just picking one card from each of the decks. I've never done anything like this before, any kind of grouping like this, with the astro groups being the way that they are, with any kind of one card from each of these decks. And I had all my decks out, and I had my pendulum above all of the decks to choose which decks we were going to be using. This is just a really interesting thing that we're doing here today, and I'm really digging it. I really like it. Yeah. Well, look at this. Oh, this is such a card. Pay yourself first. Let me show you that again. Okay, make yourself your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you're paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have savings to invest in your present and your future. Oh, what a great pay yourself first. Know your worth. I'm hearing this too. Know your worth. Don't undercut yourself. I had to learn that lesson too. It's not necessarily about the money. It's what the money represents. It's a commitment to you, your services. If you're somebody that, whatever it is that you do, know your worth, know how special you are, know that truly your gifts are priceless, but we do have to put a monetary value on things. And for myself, if I could, I would just give everything. I would just give it all away, to be honest. And when I first started doing healings and figuring out and developing stuff, I nearly did. It was really cheap. But then, I had to learn the hard way that people see value in the cost of things, unfortunately. And we need to play by the rules of the game that we're living in. And that's part of it. So, and I see other people do this too. I look at how much people charge for their services if they're any kind of self-employed person. And it's just very interesting to me. Your time is your most important commodity that you own. Your time, your energy, your focus is the most important thing that you own. And knowing your worth is truly very important. And it's good to be generous and charitable. And that's part of what I had to wrap my head around too. If I'm barely charging for my services and barely making ends meet with what I have, how am I going to get to the bigger or more abundant layers of doing the things that I truly want to do? And notice just came through about the transit with Mercury tomorrow. How funny. How am I going to do the things that I want to do in a big scale if I'm barely making it? So I have to think in a bigger way, in bigger terms of what it is that I do and what I charge for my services and what my time is worth and what I've made in the past for doing different things, and also comparing different services. I do full body intense healings where people are charging way more than that just for talking, just for coaching, no healings whatsoever, not even any kind of basic energy healing. So, gotta look at things different ways, and we do need to look at what other people charge, and I have people that look at my prices and go, wow, that's really cheap for what you do. And I'm like, yeah, and it took me a while to feel comfortable with those prices. And I had to wrap my head around, not, it's not my business to worry about the financial situation of other people. I'm very sensitive to that because I've had to struggle financially in this lifetime, and I'm sure many other lifetimes it's kind of a thing a lot of angelics have an issue with, because we tend to be more comfortable giving than receiving, and being more in lack, especially in human form, and we have to learn to get past that, and it's pretty difficult. So this is really, see how serious she is. She's not like, oh, we're shopping, let's go spend money, or let's charge people all this money, or it's not about that. She's just serious about her worth is really a big deal. And this is truly amazing. Oh, there it is. I'm looking right at it. Really great advice to set aside money for yourself when you get paid. I'm going to read from the book here. Pay yourself first. This card is guiding you towards financial self-care through an ancient abundance secret, paying yourself first. While it is vitally important to your financial well-being to take care of your bills and other responsibilities, it is equally important to honor your debt to yourself. When you go to pay your bills, pay yourself. Common wisdom says that you should save 10% of each paycheck. Commit this money to be used only for responsible investing for your future. It's easy to justify not investing in yourself. It can seem egotistical or even wasteful. However, energetically paying yourself first offers up a prayer to the universe that says, I am worth it. I too deserve abundance, prosperity, and peace. I am a creator of my financial well-being, and I accept nothing less for myself than what others expect from me. Paying yourself first also involves other forms of self-care and treating yourself with the same respect and generosity that you would extend a loved one. So this also goes to like how you talk to yourself, those kinds of things. Like I see when we, and I used to do this to myself, and I broke this habit a long time ago. Every once in a while, I'll still do it. Like I'll, drop something or whatever. And instead of calling myself an idiot and just berating myself in my head, either verbally or through my, just thinking, just saying how stupid I am or making mistakes and just really attacking myself over really some stuff would be really super insignificant, so insignificant all day long, just this self-talk that so many people do. And I had to recognize, wow, listen to how I talk to myself. I wouldn't talk to anybody else like that. If they dropped something or spilled something or forgot something or lost something, I wouldn't treat them like that, like I'm doing to myself. This is horrible. And it really changes your perspective on that. And so this is the same kind of thing. You need to treat yourself with the same respect and worthiness and self-care care that you would anybody else, and especially those you love. You want to treat them really, really well and take care of them, and be nice to them, etc., right? Okay, that's a great card. Haven't seen it in a long time. Pay yourself first. Whoop. Okay, there we go. Sometimes I barely pick up a deck and there's your card, and then sometimes I'll be shuffling and shuffling and shuffling and shuffling and shuffling. It's so weird. Patience with Archangel Jophiel. Your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. Things don't just, boop, there they are. I mean, sometimes Sometimes we manifest real fast. I've done that a lot of times where I'm like, I need this. Boom, there it is. Like literally. It's just amazing the level that it's at these days. But there's some things, as I'm being reminded of more and more things recently, that just boop, 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 boop. It's really kind of cool. But some things take more time. And this is why we see Jophiel tending to her garden and watering her garden. And, you know, you plant a seed, it takes a little bit for it to sprout. Some things bloom and grow faster than others. Some things manifest quicker than other things. However, we need to have patience on any scale. And patience sometimes is such a hard thing to do and do naturally. To be in a patient, just be patient. Sometimes you have, a lot of the time we have to remind ourselves to be patient. You just be patient. Just, okay, so let's just be patient. Let's just, you know what I mean? We have to remind ourselves to be patient. Not everything and everyone runs on our same time scale. At the same time, when you know, like, this is what it is, why linger? Why wait? Get on with it, make decisions, move on, cut cords, you know, close the door, put your energy into something else, you know, that kind of thing. We don't need to linger and stuff. Just, you know, okay, well, I'm just going to be patient. And, you know, you need to be reading all the signs when it comes to stuff like that. But mostly this is about, again, having faith and trust in the process. Your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. You don't see everything. You don't know everything. I mean, this is a conversation that I had with my guys. Little bear, come here. Come here, babe. Come here. Come. Okay, come here. I love you. This is a conversation that I had with my guides not too long ago. Will you just come up here so I can pet you without having to? Okay, fine. About a month or so ago, when I was just like frustrated. Here, come here. Thank you. Come here. Come here. Why are you so difficult? This cat right now. Come here. Come here. About a month ago, when I was just a little frustrated with the pace of things, with the situation that was going on, with how things were happening or not happening, and why they were happening the way they were or not. And my guides were like, well, do you know what's going on? And I was like, no, what's going on? And they're like, yeah, that's the point. You don't know what's going on. There's a lot of moving parts happening and you can't see it all and you don't remember it all from your human perspective, even for being as connected as you are and, you know, all of that stuff. And I was like, oh, I thought you were going to tell me what's going on. I was like, ooh, what's going on? It was just a reminder, yo, stop your bitching and complaining about stuff. Be patient. Know that things are happening. Know they are happening. They're absolutely happening. You just don't see everything from where you're at. It's impossible for you to know what's going on. It's like putting your order in at a restaurant and then it appears. You know that back there things are going on. You know that in the kitchen stuff is happening to give you your meal, right? You've released the control of how that's going to appear in front of you. And you know, most likely you're going to enjoy what ends up coming up because you ordered it up, right? So, and there's a reason why you're sitting there. There's a reason why, you know, you put your order in. There's a reason why all of this is happening. You're going to get what you want. And you're not like in the kitchen being like, Mr. Chef, what's happening here? What are you doing? All up in the shit, right? You're just not. You're letting you put in your order and you've let it go and you're waiting for it to show up. So we need to be patient with the process. Okay. Moving on. Next, we have the Wild Unknown Tarot. Again, we want to thank and welcome in our divine counterparts, our brothers and sisters of the light on the other side, right across the very thin veil and getting thinner, BTW. Very much getting thinner. Be prepared to see more, feel more, know more, be more, have more. All good things. All good things. Stay positive. Oh, look at this. The devil in reverse. Well, let's flip him right side up and take a look. The devil. Card number 15. Got a pentacle right there on his forehead, and his little feeties are on fire. And I'm literally hearing the words being fired up. Like, I am feeling the passion from deep within, from ground floor, from down deep into Gaia. I am feeling the passion, the connection, the look on his face is just so great. I love this card. But we're also in reverse. So see, this is signifying where there's maybe a little bit of the traditional understanding of this card, but for the most part, this is showing us just how being passionate about the future is going to be bringing in us this sense of unity, this sense of mind, body, spirit, me, you, us, divine masculine, divine feminine, creation. This like, I'm feeling really, I know this is a 15 card, but I'm feeling really like this three heads together, a triad. And a lot of really intense creational energy, a lot of really intense spiritual energy. A deconstruction of I guess the robot self, the who I was constructed to be versus who I truly am business, that sort of thing. Let's read about it. Okay, the devil, addiction, negativity. Though it may feel frightening when the devil appears in your reading, this card carries an urgent message that must be interpreted with total honesty. The darkness of the devil card takes the form of addiction, negativity, or materialism. It can indicate an ugly relationship with a person or substance. Identify this dependency and how it's holding you back. The devil's hooves are strong and relentless. Their grip will not loosen unless a conscious change is made. Free yourself. Yeah, so through this majorly transitional Stargate that we're in, we're dealing with really more greater, deeper understanding of the self, of the reality of what we are and who we are and what we're doing here and what we're not doing here or supposed to be doing here. And it's just this very, this like new formed connections are definitely happening, like from the synapses to in physical form with people, like that much. It is about expansion, awareness, energy. Deep connections to the other side, to divine wisdom, unlocking the door. I'm really feeling this hardcore, unlocking the door. Like a lot of these ascension energies and all that is going to be helping us to unlock the door. And you're going to be guided, or being guided to how to go about doing that, how to free yourself, how to unlock the door. Definitely meditation. I mean, we always go back to meditation. Meditation is truly the way to turn off the fake reality and turn on the real reality. We talked about this in one of the other videos where it seems like, oh, meditation is going to this other place that isn't reality, when in fact, meditation is entering reality. This isn't real. This is a sliver of a perspective that we have, that we can be distracted in thinking is all of it. But it's an illusion. And when we have this card in reverse, it completely changes everything. We're letting go of negativity. We're opening up the door. We're allowing to receive intense energies that are coming in for us. Really transformational in nature. What I'm feeling here now, really coming into connecting with your divine counterparts, like really feeling like, seriously, like before, what I'm getting, and this is beautiful, because before, what I'm getting with this is kind of like going into meditation and understanding the process and feeling things. Now it's going to be more like going into meditation and really feeling the energy. If you haven't been feeling the energy, if that hasn't been your thing yet, like for me, even just talking about certain things allows me to feel the energy so much more intensely. And when I start to focus on certain things, things just start happening. Like if I'm talking with somebody and I start talking about healing and how I do my healing and the process of the healing and all that, I start to get extremely tingly. My palms turn totally white in the centers. And apparently I put off a heat that can be felt from many feet away, which kind of happens anyway with me. But when I am really thinking about very specific things, it's way more intense. It just, I just feel this like my energy just expand, get really, really big. And I can also feel the big energies coming in as well. So like when I do this kind of work, when I'm doing astral projection and channeling and all that, it's a physical, absolutely energetic, physical and spiritual experience for me, because I feel it on all those levels. And more people are going to start to like feel into this. So I'm feeling like you're literally like holding hands with your guides. This is how I feel. This is what it feels like for me. Would you settle down, kitty? And I'm really seeing this. Like they're always like this, ready for you to feel their energy and really like wrap your... Oh, kitty, do we have to do this right here? My cat's going to puke, and of course she's about to do it. Oh my gosh. trying to figure out what's making my cats puke. I got treats that I always get, but they've been puking, and I'm trying to figure it out. So, no, not. Oh my God. One second. That was really big. Oh, did you get it on the? Oh my gosh, Kitty. You okay? Sorry, guys. Please bear with me. Oh. All right. Oh, that was the other thing, too. I gave her some chicken. Maybe it was the chicken. I didn't even give her that much. Okay. Can you settle down now? Now that you puked your little guts out? All right. I'm going to tend to that later. Luckily, she didn't do it right here because, oh my God, that was really big and wet and far-reaching. Huh. And cats will just do that. They'll just gotta be anywhere they're at. It doesn't matter. It drives me insane. Ay. Okay. The other word that is coming up, I'm hearing over and over again, is sisterhood, which is really cool here because and I'm now I'm looking at these cards here. Come here, come. I'm not mad at you. I don't like puke, but I'm not mad at you. Come here. Here, sit. Lay down with Rosie. No, not gonna do. When your baby wants attention and you're busy doing stuff. In the last reading that I did, it was interesting the cards that came up with Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. Here we have we have her, Pay Yourself First, and we have Jophiel, another feminine. And then I was just hearing with this sisterhood, really dynamic, powerful, soul level connection, sisterhood of very powerful women coming together in kind of it could definitely and will definitely be bigger than groups of threes, but kind of I'm just seeing this like the triangle, the diamond shape, the threes, big time. A lot of long time soul reuniting through different incarnations, and just deep soulmate type stuff going on, and partnerships, relationships, that kind of stuff going on here. Sisterhood, I'm hearing. So be open to new relationships with women. If you are a female, be open to, as a male, knowing dynamic women without it being like a romantic thing. Just being drawn, being guided to very in tune, dynamic, tapped in spiritual women is a thing. You could be that woman, or you could be guided to that woman. You could be a part of this this weaving coming together with people, with souls, and going through this gate. This is going to be a thing for some people, for sure. Just getting you closer to that. And for a lot of people, this has been the case. This could even be family that you haven't really been in contact with, that you will get back into contact with. Immediate family or distant family. It could be just, ancestors. It could be ancestors. So from the other side, the divine feminine aspects from the other side coming in really strong to work with you. More ascended masters of the feminine aspect coming in. More archangels coming in of the feminine aspect to work with you. That sort of thing. Are you okay? So that is definitely the case. And also I'm hearing with this really coming into the power of femininity within the sisterhood, within the seeing the power of the divine feminine and the goddess, that being pregnant with this creational energy, and that only multiplying more and more exponentially with like beings. Okay, so it's really important as we go through this Stargate to put out your energies, and with the full moon and going into the new moon with the next cycle, to really put out the energies of connection with just your divine feminine aspect in general, your divine feminine counterparts on the other side, and here. Incarnate, and to be in contact, to be open, to not be in competition, but to be in cooperation, to be empowering of each other, to be in love with each other, to lift each other up, to not be afraid of each other, to be open to things that we can learn, and not, say, well, that's something else. The only thing that I am really opposed to being a part of is black magic, any kind of dark magic. Dark and light cannot share the same space. And for light workers, we need to be of the light. We only carry and use and call in light energy. We don't use negative energy. We don't use anything of a negative vibration for anything that we do. We don't use spells. That's not something of the light to use spells. You use intention, you could use prayer, but spells in general are very, there's no such thing as angel spells. So anybody who says that they do any kind of angel spells, that is truly just using angels to talk about to use dark magic, because angels don't work with that sort of energy. So it's not true. It's not real. So aside from that, just be open to what other people know and what they have to teach. And this is direct, because at one point I was like, well, what about this whole voodoo or black magic or whatever, and spells and using, different things to, get certain results and all that. And it was very clear. The message back to me is all of that is using and empowering and putting more energy and connection to yourself and the person that you're connecting to them, and they can manipulate your energies once you allow them to work on spells for you, or do any kind of potions or spells that have to do with forcing any kind of outcome that's different than manifestation. That's using dark energy. And once you're in that loop and in that spiral, it's very difficult to get out of. Very difficult. Because you're in the riptide of it. So it is, if you go to people, if you talk to people who do this sort of thing, please don't. Please stop. I'm not gonna debate it with anybody. I'm not gonna, it just is what it is. If it's dark black magic, that you're using dark energy, and you don't want to be associated with dark energy, period. That's just the way of it. So she's so funny. Okay, so we're gonna move on. Come here. Why don't you lay down right here? Come here. I love you. Okay, where are we at? 45:23 into the speed, working on the divine feminine so far. Really awesome. Now we're working with the Shadowscapes Tarot. My cat just wants 100% attention right now. She's very demanding. Okay, we're going to go with this top card that fell. 2 cards fell, but we're going with this top card. Page of Pentacles. So we have she's holding a ball of energy, a ball of light. She's on a big rock. She's got this huge pentacle right up against this rock. There's this owl sitting there. Oh, that's a big old dragon. I'm like, where does that tail go to? That is a dragon wrapped around. Okay, so the girl is up on a rock. The dragon is wrapped around the rock. Let me show you. And there's an owl. So there is the dragon's head. And there's this tail. And he's wrapped around. And see her holding this ball of light and energy. Really beautiful. I'm like, wait a second. I'm feeling dragon. I'm like hearing dragon. I'm like, oh, I see dragon. That's hilarious. So here we go. Page of Pentacles. It's too good. Okay, I'm feeling deeply with this. Real connections with the elements, the elementals, the Fae realm. Your spirit guides and guardians for sure. Really coming in strong with this. Let's read from the book, see what we get here. Page of Pentacles. This little book is so tiny and cute. She is trustworthy, diligent, studious, and embraces scholarship. She is practical, down to earth, and unafraid to embrace the world of physical enjoyment. Unafraid to embrace the world of physical enjoyment. So yeah, and so what I'm really feeling with this is a real deep connection with nature, with and again another female. We got the page. So a real like starting to wake up to the Fae realm, to seeing the Fae, to working with the Fae, to being influenced with them as well. So, and definitely the dragons. remembering your dragon connections, remembering your dragon guardians, seeing and experiencing more dragon type business in your life. Also definitely more connection to really any things of flight. I'm feeling like the bird, like birds, dragons, anything like this. It's like we have our owl here. Owl's is my animal, obviously. You see owls everywhere, all over my stuff. And really just animal totems in general, but definitely you're being guided to pay attention to, look up, look at the birds, connect with the birds, connect with the sky, connect with the sun, connect with the physical world and in nature, connect with nature. Very important. And like I was saying, just animals in general, whatever animals keep coming to you, really pay attention to your animal spirits, your animal spirit guides. They are the extension of Gaia. And Gaia comes to speak to you through her animals in very different ways to offer guidance and support and messages. And each animal is associated with different and specific things. And we don't just have one animal in our life or one animal spirit guide. We have many, many, many animal spirit guides that can come to us. And it's important to recognize them and not just be like, this is my animal, you know, like my animal's the wolf and fuck all the other animals that come into my, you know what I mean? Like, no, you got to pay attention. If you're, you know, you may have your one specific, this is my main one, but there's others that have things to share and to give you and to guide you with and on. So please pay attention to your animals, your animal totems. Can make it a point to open up to the realm of spirit animals and their very specific guidance. Some people are just really so in tune with animals and nature. I truly believe that people that are not are just really disconnected and asleep, and once they awaken, if that's part of their journey, they will super duper connect with nature and animals. It's just you know, and then there's those of us who really do and have always been very connected to nature and animals, and it's just getting more and more so, and we're understanding that, you know, the tiniest of creatures has so much beautiful energy and so much creation is going on within their little bodies, even the tiniest of little things. And really connecting on these levels is so enriching to our experience with Gaia, grounding with Gaia. I know that a lot of people think of grounding in very specific ways. To ground, you go outside barefoot or you touch a tree, but to ground and connect, really that's what it means. Grounding with Gaia means connecting with Gaia. And you can connect with Gaia by sitting and observing and taking pictures and smelling and touching and loving a flower. You know, like, oh, some of them are falling apart, but here's some of my lilies. And that's connecting with Gaia. That counts, you know. So connecting with an animal, connecting with nature, connecting with these beautiful things that are all around in abundance for us to pay attention to and an experience is there for us to get deeper connections with our soul and with Gaia and with creation in general. So this card is really speaking to this. As well as feeling, just getting into a point where feeling really, really good about the authentic you. Who are you? And understanding that you're ever changing and evolving, and how great that is. Okay, moving on. We're going to do the Fairy Oracle. I'm going to need a nap after this. This has been so intense. This is going to round out to be about 8 hours worth once I'm done with everything or more. So we've got the Green Woman, card number 23. How beautiful. Look at this. There has been more 23s in my life in the last 24 hours than I could possibly begin to count. And here she is, the Green Woman. We're talking about the divine feminine. We're talking about connecting with nature and Gaia and all this stuff. And look who pops up. The Green Woman. Let's take a read at the Green Woman. Almost opened up directly to it. The Green Woman, wildness, natural magic, expectant gratitude, untrammeled creativity. The Green Woman dances naked in the moonlight and in the sunlight and the shadows as well. She doesn't care what you think of her. She knows her own worth from her experience of life. She is the feminine, vital, vegetative force that enables a root to crack stone, the reed to bend in the wind, and the oak to stand against the storm. The graceful slow motion dance of the Green Woman shows us how to release the constraints of artificial rules and limitations and find our true pattern of growth and potential of growth. Each of us, rooted or not, has an inborn pattern of perfection to guide our growth. I'm going to read that again. Each of us, rooted or not, has an inborn pattern of perfection to guide our growth. Earth Mother nurtures us. Sun Father energizes us. Storms batter us, and sometimes we must bend before them. Other life preys upon us on the one hand and nourishes and supports us on the other. Within the framework of the real world, we seek our path to realizing our own potential and finding our own fulfillment. The Green Woman reminds us that where the ground is fertile, something will grow. It may be nettles or thistles or roses or carrots or sandbirds or peaches, but it will be something because fertile earth never remains empty. She tells us to stay earthed, to attend to our own growing ground, keeping it fertile, aerated, and well watered, to pay attention to what grows there. It is up to us to root out what we don't want within ourselves and to nurture what we do. She also reminds us to count our blessings and deal with our difficulties. A tree grows where the seed falls, as do all of our rooted brothers and sisters. They teach us of the importance of making the best of what comes to us, showing patience and perseverance in adversity. Oh, this is so good. She teaches us the importance of making the best of what comes to us, showing patience and perseverance in adversity. When a plant is thirsty, it can only do limited things to assuage its thirst, like slowly driving its roots deeper in search of water, but mostly it must wait for water to come to it. Although we have legs and can often take action to get what we want, or at least try to, there are some things beyond our reach. These are the things we can learn from the Green Woman's example, waiting patiently and with expectant gratitude. Yet at the same time, she counsels us to take risks, to let new and unfamiliar wild seeds grow and see what they may become. Watch them closely. Some of them may be miracles waiting to happen in our lives. As we develop our own free and untrammeled creativity, the green woman grows within us. Oh, this is so good. It's so good. I'm just feeling so much of that energy. It's just so beautiful. It's just like, look at that. We were talking just before she popped up about just the connectedness, the connecting to authenticity, the beautiful, expectant nature of the feminine and all of that stuff. I'm going to go back and listen to what I said myself because I was already, we were talking about, and then here she is. Here she is. Gotta love cards, you guys. I just, seriously. With each new reading that I do, I love this way to communicate with our divine counterparts because it's so really in your face. It's just so great. Okay, sorry. Now, if she was coming through in reverse, which she's not, but I do like to read the reverse. So in reverse, when her energy is blocked, growth is stunted, twisted. The energy of growth grows awry and we move in directions that are either dead ends or simply inappropriate for us. Or perhaps we try to shift from one extreme to the other between growth and stasis, which only yields twisted, stunted, and warped results. It's this destructive mode, the energy of growth grows wild. Cancers, both physical and emotional, may result. Alternatively, there may be no growth at all. But in fairy and this world, both, we must either grow or die. We cannot simply hold still. It's true. Talking to someone recently about birthdays and how some people really hate their birthdays, and the alternative to a birthday is a death day, is you being dead if you're not having birthdays, right? So it means that you've ended, and there's nothing wrong with ending a life, transitioning into something new. This is just the way that it goes, but we can end our lives before we die just by simply making the choice to not grow. And you've seen these people. You've seen the people that are literally just waiting to die. Slow suicide is what I call it. Very, very slow suicide. Still suicide when you're doing things and living a life in which is going to bring on more rapidly your death in one way or another. It's really quite sad. And so something is going to happen. You can't just, you're not a statue. You're going to be moving in some direction. What direction is that? What's the direction you're going to be moving in? This is why it's saying when her energy is blocked, growth is stunted. So are you moving in the direction of stasis and stunted growth and eventually decay rapidly, or are you moving in the direction of eternal life and growth in positive abundance and all that good stuff? Which side is it that you're going for? So that's something to think about. Again, natural magic. And let's read this again. The green woman dances naked in the moonlight and in the sunlight and in the shadows, and she doesn't care what you think of her. She knows her own worth and her experience of life. And to not be so fearful of who you are is to bring this in. She is a feminine, vital, vegetative force that enables the root to crack stone. She is this powerful, dynamic, amazing, wonderful, wondrous force of nature with so much strength and all that force, you know, that look at that inner child coming out. Look at that, what we were talking about before. I think in my other video, this balance of transcending so much fear and bullshit that you are just a spiritual big child in your adult body, because you're so tapped in that you're like a child again. You don't give a shit what people may think. You know what you are. You know how powerful and how amazing and how magical you are. And when we're speaking of the divine feminine, and we've got them in spades here, guys, very similar to our last reading with the divine masculine, where we were just the male energy across the board. Here we have the female energy, this beautiful female angel coming through with pay yourself first, Jophiel with patience. The only one that isn't one way or another is the devil, but in this I see very strong female energy coming through. It appears to me like we have three women with fiery red hair all together, kind of snuggled up. If you could take a look at that, the way his hooves are, I just see three very powerful, beautiful women with their crown and third eye chakras just lit up and just receiving all of this energy. Just don't look at the goat. And then understand what the goat is connected to as you bring all of this. Sorry, I didn't mean to flip you off there. As you bring all this down here, and how the goat is rooted down in here. These are like roots. This is like our connections with each other. And then we're coming down into the energy of Gaia there. I mean, this is just this is why this deck, the Wild Unknown, is so cool, because the imagery that comes to me, the visualizations that come to me through it, a lot of times have nothing to do with the actual like traditional meaning of the card. And it's not just this deck, it's how I am with most decks, but this deck in particular really drives that home for me. And then so we have the pay yourself first, patience with Jophiel. We have the devil, which I'm showing you, very female, this female energy coming through here. Then we have the Page of Pentacles, and then we have the Green Woman. So very female, divine feminine. I mean, really. And we're not even done yet. We're moving on. Let's move on to we're at an hour and 7 minutes here. Let's move on to our Dragon Fate Oracle. Oh my goodness gracious. Massive pile just dropped. I'm putting them all back. It's these are such big, I have really big hands, and it's still like hard for me to do this. I'm hearing top card. Don't even know what this bottom card is, but the top card that just fell is Grandmother Magics. Oh boy, guys. Holy moly. Talk about divine feminine coming through. Goodness gracious. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh. I haven't seen her in a while. When I was shuffling the other day, just kind of looking at cards, I saw Grandmother Magics, and I was like, oh, I love you so much. And I hope to see you again really soon. And here we are, Grandmother Magics, card number 6. So exciting. I'm so in love with this. Okay, here we go. Too good. Grandmother Magics. Here we go, guys. And I'm going to try not to cry. I promise. I comfort you. Grandmother Magic speaks. At this time of life change, you are drawing to you other beings and people, including divinities, who bring you solace, comfort, and their unconditional love. Oh, I feel it coming up already. You are surrounded by this comfort, even in the beings of this earth known as pets, but who are truly your guardians and beloved companions. Oh, geez, you guys, I'm not going to hold it together. These pets are those who comfort you with their love and warmth and their desire for your well-being, your company, and your happiness. Come what may. You may draw to you new friends at this time, or just be gifted with the kindness of strangers. Remember what I said about this? Sisterhood, coming together. Okay, rewind. You may draw to you new friends at this time, or just be gifted with the kindness of strangers. There are many wonderful beings in this world, some of whom are being sent directly to you to bring you comfort, to hold you, to rock you safely to sleep each night. You are a being who is valuable, who is loved beyond measure. Allow us to come close to you, to let us in. Be prepared for kindness, small gifts, and valuable windfalls when I make an appearance. I'm just hearing stuff, and it's really beautiful. I knew I wasn't going to be able to get through. I knew it. Knew it. Oh, God. Also, know that the old way of viewing this stage of life has fallen away. There is no need to take up the lie again. Let it be and come forth into this new stage as beautiful as you know you are, as we know you are. Oh, goodness gracious. I should really come with tissue to these meetings. Oh, God. When I do my meditations, mostly is in the bath and the shower, and so I don't need this. When I cry, and I do a lot because I get so overwhelmed with the energies and what I'm hearing and feeling, and it's just, these bodies are not equipped to handle things without releasing, and so this is how we do it. We cry. Oh, God. Okay. She's just so intense. It's like feeling every beautiful, divine, feminine, ancestor and loving hand upon you at the same time. It's just really intense, but it's so beautiful. Oh, God. Okay. I will get through this, and there's a lot more to read. Okay. Okay, I will. As my son told me once when I was on mushrooms and I was laughing hysterically and crying at the same time and just feeling so much, he was like, "They're your emotions. Control them." I was like, okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, I can't even see straight. It's too watery. I also wish you to know that at this time, for change is coming, that you are passing from a childhood of a kind to a true deep maturity. This is a fine thing, and we will celebrate this together, you and I, together with the friends who want so very much to meet you. Oh, goodness. She says, Grandmother Magics is here. All of us are here. And we've always been here. We know you. We love you. We're here with you. We comfort you. We cherish you. It hasn't been easy. It won't be easy. But you need to always remember how very close we are to you. I feel that so deeply. I swear I do. And I hope you do too. It's just so overwhelmingly intense and beautiful. And feeling this support at this time when there is so much change ahead, knowing that we have this beautiful connection to so much love and guidance and support is just so overwhelmingly helpful and beautiful, and it makes it just easy to remember, so much easier to remember, and really who we could be for others too. And I'm hearing that too, you know, and that makes me really emotional because I'm hearing that too, that's for us. That's who, for some of us, this is who we are in the world. That grandmother magics, that person to offer comfort and support and love and guidance. And I know that I'm one of these people, and I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't. And when I get back the feedback that I do from people of how I've helped them or what I've helped them to see and to recognize and to be aware of in themselves, is also just so overwhelmingly intense and makes me feel so good. And I'm just feeling a lot of that coming in the visions that I'm getting here too. Not just for me, but for all of us. It's just very, very intense. Just the visions. I get so many visions and feelings and people and see. It's just really very, very intense, and I'm so deeply connected with the dragons and the dragon fae and that whole thing. And just this reading is just so intense with beautiful feminine energy just across the board. I mean, oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna try to get through this without crying anymore. Okay, here we go. About grandmother magics. Older than any being truly knows, she is the mother of mothers, and her lineages is as ancient and vast as time and space themselves. Yet, this grandmother of us all knows that we sometimes need to be held and to be rocked, as well as instructed and taught well. At this time, Grandmother Magics comes to tell you that yes, your new way of living may seem too difficult at times. Well, that's an understatement. But now that you have awakened, there is no going back to sleep. There is so much that she wishes to show you. Please go to her in trust and love and allow her to introduce the inhabitants of amazing realms to you safely and in great love. I'm good. Divinatory meanings. There are many untruths about growing older. Growing older does not mean forsaking your beauty. Your vitality, your sexuality, your energy. it does mean being there for those who are younger than yourself and stepping into the shoes of a mentor without losing your identity. It is time to grow up when she appears, and she will assist you in growing through this stage. She appears at, she appears when a woman begins to menstruate, and at menopause, when a woman's period begins to change and finally departs. So she is a blood grandmother too, and teaches us the wisdom of the body's cycles, of living with them in joy and harmony rather in shame and fear. Oh, goodness. Working with grandmother magics. Respect your cycles, understand more about your body and its needs and functions. Treat every function of your body with love and respect. Unearth and dissolve negative conditioning about bodily functions, and know that grandmother magics will reteach you what there is to learn about your body, sex, sexuality, and fertility, so you can pass it on with love and wisdom. There will be more shame about the physical body. There will be no more shame about the physical body in your bloodline. She heralds a new beginning of empowerment. New beginning of empowerment. Growing older, you can still be beautiful, vital, desirable, and powerful. Damn straight you can. Damn straight you can. I'm approaching 47 years coming next month, and damn straight you can. Just saying. Do not fall victim to the false lies of the cultural hypnosis that tells you that to be older is not desirable, because that's a big fat lie. To be an ancient, a grandmother, is to be wise, and there is no better thing. Oh, I did it. I finished. Again, I'm going to show you beautiful grandmother magics. Look at how beautiful she is. Look at her beautiful butterflies, showing the transformation, the evolution. Look at how strong and powerful she is. Just so much beautiful butterfly energy with grandmother magics. And look at all of that amazing energy coming from the sun. Just lighting up. She is creation. She is the, when we say mother, father, God, she is mother, the mother of the father, God. She is that. When it says here, she is, her lineage is as ancient and vast as time and space themselves. Yeah, she's the beginning of the feminine. I talk about Mother, Father, God, and the beginning of creation, and all of what came from this beautiful union of the divine feminine and masculine, in a video called Who Am I? And I invite you to watch that. This is also why I get so emotional, because it may be strange and odd for people to believe me in this, but like the Green Lady, I don't care, because I truly did have at different times, in different meditations, through different astral guidance and connections, a very real remembrance of the very beginning. And to be able to tell that story and to feel those energies was something I never thought that I could possibly witness or remember or know, or any of those things. And the birthing of that through the creational energy of the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and how that fractaled out and how that made us archangels, and how what happened in creation in those moments, and then massive, major, and insane fast forwarding to here and Gaia and what we're doing here and all that is so much. It's so much. And I just want to say that before we wrap up this reading, and wrapping up this reading, this last divine feminine reading, her coming through is just really what I'm feeling now. Is just this really kind of enveloped, wrapped up cocoon like feeling for this next year, from like 1111 portal to 1111 portal, this like major transformation in the divine feminine, in empowerment in our own selves, in the collective, in coming together, feeling and being guided by our divine feminine aspects and beings and counterparts on the other side, and also incarnate. How much is going to exponentially grow in this next year? Without going too far out, this is just what I'm seeing here with this. When I look at her, this is what she's telling me right now. Please pay attention to your growth, and when she's talking about aging, when we talk about aging here, just your wisdom, your growth, just you in this next phase. And we've talked about, that child thing coming out, and that child thing coming out is really a transcending the bullshit that gets all on top of that pureness. So while we're growing older, and we're reminded that growing older and aging and being a beautiful, powerful women who aren't afraid to show our age, to be who we are, to not mask the divine goddess that we are inside, and to show the world just how empowered and beautiful and wise and able and knowledgeable and connected that we are, and how much we have to offer our humanity as a whole and each other, how we can lift each other up and be there for each other. The power that women have is in that, like I said, when I heard sisterhood, this is just really just a lot of that going on. Be open to that sisterhood from our very first mother of mothers to the green lady mother, the nurturing mother, to Gaia mother, to you as the mother of what you love. And when she talked about our animals and them as guardians, and I just got done, we were talking about the page and animal spirits and all that. It also goes for the animals that come into our life in our very own life, and animals that we may see, may cross our path that we haven't before or we haven't noticed. Please take heed of these meetings that you are coming into contact with. They're very deep, and they're not to be ignored and just passed by as whatever happenstance or whatever. When you see certain animals or you find a feather or anything like this, this is why I'm so like, when my animals need me, I try to give them what they need, and I don't ignore them, because they're so beautiful and pure, and they deserve our attention and our love, and they give us so very much. They give us so much. And I do whatever I can. I mean, I personally, they're such a huge part of my life, and the exchange of energy and in that with them. And I know that most spiritual people are very connected to their animals and animals in general, and it's just impossible not to be. It's impossible not to be. A truly spiritual person is very connected to animals and nature in general. It's just the way it goes. You can't really be a spiritual person who isn't connected to animals. Animals are spiritual. They're so spiritual. And it's so important to recognize that, and how we connect to all of creation just by looking into the eyes of one animal. So please take some time to really think about and appreciate and love the animals in your life, and every animal that you may be in contact with, and give them the same energy that they give you. Okay. Now we're getting into where, oh my gosh, we're already an hour and 30 minutes for this. Now we're getting into, this is really intense. Wow. We're getting into the cartomancy. We're going to be pulling 3 cards. Or they're going to be falling. I got more than 3 cards there, so I'm putting. What's happening? Getting 3 cards. So I'm either going to pull 3 cards or 3 cards are going to pop. And I just go as guided. Keep them, take them, leave them, put them back. I just hear it and I do what I'm told. When they flip like that, and we just got 2. We got the 2 of diamonds. And we got the 6 of hearts. Did we get, or maybe that was something else we were getting. No, the grandmother magics. Yeah, she's 6. We got another 6 here. We got a 2 and a 6, making 8. We have hearts. We have diamonds. We have, I like this 2 very, very much, talking about partnerships, coming together, mirrored aspects. You've got to be kidding me. Okay. This is, I think, in every single one of these readings, we have had this card. Oh, and directly underneath of it, the 7 of hearts. So this is, that's our 3rd card. So here we go. 6 of hearts, 7 of hearts, 2 of, so 6, 7, and 2, 2 of diamonds, 6 and 7 of hearts. So we have 13, 1 and 3. 3 is 4. But seriously, this Joker card, this, we have our Stargate. This is our Stargate. You see that? Stargate. We have energies falling on our Earth. This card. Wow. Okay. 6, 7, 2. If we're looking at dates, we're looking at again, the 15th is coming up. So we're looking at the right around the time, 15th, the 16th. So that's a week. So the 16th, and so 15th, 16th, 17th next weekend. That's interesting. On the 16th, November 16th, 11:16, moon set is at 10:16. The day length is 10 hours, 23 minutes, and 43 seconds. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is definitely a day to pay attention to, you guys. This November 16th. We're at 80% moon. Symbols for this day is the eagle. Stones are the red jasper and the guess split. Never heard of that. Characteristics: a day of spiritual transformation, elation, overcoming doubts, making important decisions, taking action, learning about the cosmic law of life. Symbol of a spiritual and religious hero. A day of enlightenment, revelation, and invention. On this day, people are sociable and open. A career growth is possible following some productive work. Stay focused on the most important goal. Best time for the study of sacred spiritual texts, spiritual growth, enlightenment. A day to take care of family and home. Ideal for fasting. Well, there you go. Looking at the 16th, so that's next Saturday, you guys. This is definitely a day to pay attention to. Something very profound spiritually is happening, either in, for the collective or for the individual. So mark your calendars there. We've definitely got, so that would be what we call a power ascension day, where the energies are going to be heightened. We're still in the gate. The gate goes from the 11th, we go 10 days. So from the 11th to the 20, first, and then we have the 22nd, and so all that. So that's in there. That time frame is in there, and the 16th is, and there usually is some major day that happens. I mean, this new moon or this full moon on the 11th itself is just a big huge boost to this to the gate. But that's a really big day. So the 16th, look out for the 16th, you guys. And aside from that, the 7, the 6, the 2, this could be any combination of this. You may be, and again, where we have, I think, yeah, in my last one, we had the 7 and the 2 as well. So the 9, we have the 9 and the 6. So 9 and 6, yin and yang, more balance coming through. You see that? 72-27 is always a big day. Came through in the last one. Also, the 27th is a power ascension day in any month for that 9 aspect. And mirrors. Be aware of mirrors, mirrored numbers. Investigate your numbers. Number codes are really important. And again, I'm just seeing the 16th. So please be aware of the 16th. And of course, the 17th is directly after that. So that's also going to be holding that charge for the 16th as well. And I guess that's it. Well, that's it for the Divine Feminine for, what do we got here? Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and Libra. Now we're going to do the Divine Masculine at 1 hour and 38 minutes in. So let's put these cards back. Spread out here a little bit. That was intense. Thanks for being here with me, guys. I'm going through this really cool reading and working with this. That was really, really awesome. Actually, I think I'm going to take a picture of that. Take that back. Let me put these back here real quick. Being guided to take a picture. I did not take pictures of the other ones. And I usually do, but I didn't this time. I'm not quite sure why. I just kind of jumped from one to the other. But in this case, I'm being, and it is, what time? What time? 2:06. Then there's 6 bars. Oh, maybe I did take a picture of one or two of the other ones. I'm kind of remembering that. Yesterday was last night was kind of a blur when I did that first one. It was a long day yesterday. Yesterday was a long day. Okay, here we go. We're going to mark this at 139, getting into Divine Masculine. Although I don't think people should really be skipping around. You should be watching the whole thing. So we have it marked. Okay, so we are going to start with the Angels of Abundance for Divine Masculine. This is Divine Masculine for Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and Libra. Angels of Abundance coming in. Divine Masculine for our Divine Masculine. I think I got two cards here. What does it feel like I do? They're literally stuck together. Oh, wow. All right. I'm going to shuffle. Something got those stuck together. Oh my goodness. Top one, I'm here. Top one. Okay. Taking that top one. Getting itchy. Conscious consumer. I've got this real quick. Oh, let me turn my music back on. Let's do that. Okay. Conscious consumer. You have the power to heal and help the world with your decision to buy only products and services that are ethical and environmentally friendly. As a conscious consumer, you choose to invest in fair trade and organic goods. You live simply and you purchase only that which you need. Conscious consumer. Sorry if I didn't show this to you before. Sorry about that. I mean, me personally, I've been thinking a lot about plastic and just how everything is in so much freaking plastic, and there's just plastic, everything. And I do buy those big gallons of water that come in plastic. And that's just one thing. I mean, but when you open up like anything, it's just paper and plastic and plastic and plastic. And I mean, that's just one issue with the world. And recycling isn't getting done. It's just getting stockpiled, and it's a big, huge, massive mess. If you don't know about how recycling is done or not done, more importantly, there's a great video that Trevor Noah did on his what's it called? The Daily Show, about recycling. I highly suggest watching it because it is very, very enlightening about recycling. So, environmentally friendly, ethical, search out things that are better for the environment, better for you, better for, this is also about your health, I'm hearing. So do things and buy things and use things that are good, not only good for the planet, but good for you. And be more consciously aware of what you're eating, what you're consuming, all of this stuff. As a consumer, you're consuming everything that you're taking in. So to be more conscious as a consumer of your environment, whatever you're buying, whatever you're watching, whatever you're listening to, be a more conscious consumer. Don't spend time consuming things that are not of value to you, or the energy of the world and creation in general. Okay, moving on to Archangel Oracle. Conscious consumer. Archangel Gabriel with creative writing. Hello. Archangel Gabriel, make time to write down your thoughts in a journal or pen an article or book. And we're going to read about this one. Creative writing, you guys. Anything creative. This is not just talking about creative writing. This is about anything creative. As you know, I say the key is to create. It's no coincidence that Archangel Gabriel is talking about creation and being creative, and my whole thing is being creational and creative, and I even have the website, The Key is to Create. If you haven't been there yet, please check it out. And this being creative and using our creational energies is so important when we're working within the Stargate. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and read this. Your soul longs for creative expression through writing. I can help you schedule this activity. Honor any inner nudges that guide you to write. The writing may be for your own enjoyment, or maybe a cathartic experience of self-expression in a private journal. As you work with your connection to the written word, you may receive divine guidance to write articles or books for publication. Call upon me at any time to guide you through this process. And it says about Gabriel, as the messenger angel, Gabriel loves to help writers and journalists deliver healing messages. Like a loving coach, she'll urge you to delegate your time and energy towards writing. Gabriel can also open doors that allow for publication of your articles and books if you ask for her assistance. Most of all, she'll help you enjoy writing. So I talk a lot about doing automatic writing, and that usually just unfolds into its own thing and just sprouts into all sorts of other creative things that can come, that you can be divinely guided to do or pursue or to get involved with. So this creative writing thing is also automatic writing. So I'm telling you, coming from the mouth of Gabriel right here, automatic writing is what really needs to be done. Creative writing is great. Writing in a journal is great. Having a specific thing that you want to write about is great, but sometimes just being guided. And this is, for me, I'll be told you need to sit down and do some automatic writing. And I literally sit in front of my computer and I close my eyes, and I've published on my videos, on my channel, automatic writing messages that I've gotten. And that's the way I like to do it, because I can type really fast with my eyes closed, or either way, obviously, but it's easier for me than writing with a pen and paper. Just way easier for me personally. So you may want to try that for your creative writing if you're a good typist and you can type really well. And you can also, you don't have to necessarily close your eyes. You just want to zone out. For me, it's better for me. I'm all about closing my eyes when I'm connecting. It's just the way that I like to do things. It's easier because with our eyes, we're taking in so much stimulus that it's easy to get distracted and not hear everything. So a lot of times I close my eyes. So with creative writing, with automatic writing, any kind of writing, it's going to sprout you and spring you forward into other things. It's just the way that it happens. It'll give you information. Not all information that you get through creative writing is meant to be shared. Some of it is meant to just be personal. You just have to go with what you're being guided for, depending on where you're at with what you do and all that stuff. So conscious consumer, being conscious of what you're consuming, not only what you're buying, what you're consuming, what you're reading, what you're watching as TV, as movies. Like, how are you spending your time? Like, what are you doing? Like, are you spending your time doing things that are going to help you on your journey with your guidance, with your spirituality, or are you, wasting time? Again, time is your most precious and most valuable commodity, and you should see it that way. Okay, moving on to our Wild Unknown Tarot. And again, I'm just going back to that last reading. 15, 16, 17, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of this month, November, is going to be big. Just popped into my hand. So, whoop, there we go. Just going to say, we're going to get a card here for Divine Masculine for our Stargate. Oh, we got the Three of Cups. Gotta love this. What did we, okay, so for our last reading for the Divine Feminine, we got the Devil, which I saw with three. Three together, three in unity, three coming together. Here we are, again, with this three, the Three of Cups. Right side up. This, and again with this same energy, and three is so, it's the connection to the divine, it's our ascended masters, connection with Jesus. I'm feeling really strongly coming through here. So for some of us, we're really connected with Jesus. This could be more newer in our lives, or it could be our whole lives, or whatever. Just whatever your connection is with Jesus. And I'm feeling, and I've been feeling this a lot, especially with more males, the Divine Masculine, the male counterparts here, really starting to feel more of his energy. I think for the females, we've always, I'm not saying every single female on the planet, but I think for females, that connection to the divine just tends to just be a little bit easier, especially with Jesus for some reason. And then I've noticed more recently that there has been more of a connection with men and Jesus, really really just feeling his presence and believing that he was real, and understanding that he's not what you read about in the Bible. And that's coming through really strong here too. It always comes through really strong. He's saying, see me in others, see me speaking through others and coming to you in ways that you maybe haven't before. So that's a message that I'm getting with this. And I'm going to go ahead and read directly from this book for the Wild Unknowns. One of my favorite cards of this deck is this card. Is the Three of Cups, just because it's just so beautiful. It's so hopeful. It's so, there's just this feeling of unity associated with it, of coming together, of beautiful relationships and friendships. And if I could find this would be awesome. Oh, I'm right here. It's right there. Okay. Friendship, joy, bounty. The Three of Cups is a lovely card. It foresees you in the company of amazing friends, creating memories together that you'll forever hold dear. These are not any old friends. They are people with whom you feel a rare connection. With them, you feel truly yourself. Enjoy each minute of their company. This card can also indicate an upcoming celebration. Love abounds. Yes, that's exactly what this card is showing and telling us, and to look forward to the future, to connections, to making, solidifying connections. Again, not just here in the physical, but our divine counterparts, and especially this connection I'm feeling very strongly with Jesus coming through to everybody, but to a lot of, again, a lot of guys, a lot of males, really feeling his presence more, and maybe not even knowing that it's him, because he's not really like, yo, it's Jesus, I'm here to talk to you. He just kind of does his thing, and if you understand and feel who that is, then he'll acknowledge that. But he's just so understated in his identity of he's just so, yeah, he's just so understated in his identity of himself. Everybody else is builds him up more than he does himself. He's so utterly understated and in his presence that a lot of times it can be, it's so subtle. He's so subtle in his message, unless you're really, really, really aware and talking to him and feeling him, he can be so subtle. So to seek him out is also something that needs to be done, to seek him, to just talk to him. Okay. Next, we're going to get into the Shadowscapes Tarot. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. So in the Divine Feminine for this Astro group, we had the King of Cups. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles. Really cool. She's part of this beautiful tree. It's reaching up. What is that in her hand? It's so tiny. That's the thing. That's the only thing about these cards that's a bummer, is there's so much detail. And oh, it's a leaf. Aww, it's a leaf. See here, take a look. So this is something that I do with my cards, especially if there's a lot of detail. I'll take pictures. You see me doing this? I'll take pictures so I could really zoom in on the details, because they're important. I mean, there isn't a spot of ink on a tarot card that isn't there for a reason, or an oracle card, and it's important to pay attention to the little things. So she's in a tree. She's got a leaf. She is the Queen of Pentacles. Let's see what we've got here with her. She yearns to nurture and care for others. She is brimming with generosity, possesses a warm spirit, and will lend her support to any who asks. Well, that's a beautiful balance to what we heard about the King of Cups, isn't it? And so here she is, ready to nurture, guide. I'm hearing excuse me. So I'm hearing with this to allow for your own self-discovery. And I'm just hearing this over and over again, to look beneath the surface, dive deep, get deep, do research, try to understand things. And again, that would come with automatic writing. More creational energy coming through with this, abundance of this is truly like aha moments. Like a lot of people are going to have like epiphanies about past situations that will help in the future. And these will be in a lot of ways connected to situations that happened with females. So what I'm really hearing here is for the divine masculine going forward, there's this thing that needs to happen looking back in your life to the females in your life, the females that you chose to have in your life, the females that were a part of your life, friendship or romantically, the females that are related to you, all of that kind of business. And really see them, see the situation, and try to pull apart what those things are, especially if you're being triggered, if there's specific relationships that you have yet to heal from, you still have really intense feelings towards or charges with, they're holding you back in any way from moving forward with in your relationships and friendships and partnerships at all. That really needs to come out. I'm feeling this real kind of shadowy thing that's going to be coming up and out from the past. And so to really take a look at that, and resolve those things, cut cords, do meditations, shift the energy that's associated there, take a look at really, really what it is. Also, the same thing is in play here was with our divine feminine reading, which came into talking about being more connected with our ancestors or those divine aspects. So I'm really feeling that for some people, this is going to be immediate relatives that crossed over that you're going to be feeling the presence of or remembering more, or just being guided by, being their memories are going to be coming up, and they're filtered directly from certain aspects of ancestors or immediate family that may have crossed over, and there's a reason for that. So to pay attention to those things, to let it happen. Don't shut it down. Let it happen. Okay. Moving on with the fairy oracle. Oh, music's on again. Okay, let's go. Oh, it's so great. The singer of transfiguration. Card number 11. Oh my goodness. This is so good. The Singer of Transfiguration. Oh, it's so good. It's always so good with the falling right down. Okay, here we go. Card number 11, of course. The last fairy card for these readings for our 1111 Stargate is the 1111 card, is the card of Transfiguration. Oh my goodness. Transformation, transcendence, metamorphosis. Here we go, guys. The Singer of Transfiguration tells us that we have been through the gate. We have passed through the initiation process and we have reached a new way of being, reflecting deep transformation within ourselves. Things will never again be what they once were. This is a message that we keep getting in these readings, you guys. Things will never again be what they once were. It's what I tell people when they do healings with me too. You're going to come out a different person than what you went in. It's its own gate. This is telling you the same thing. You're going to come out a different person than what you once were. Things will never be the same way by us. And this is a good thing. This singer's joyful, passionate, bright blaze of color heralds a time of fulfillment and accomplishment. Beautiful. As with the other singers, the power and joy of this one radiates especially strongly to the things and beings symbolized by the cards around it. Like the reborn, renewed phoenix, this singer is aflame with vibrant, expectant life. There really isn't much I can say about this. Not even the fairies seem to have anything to add. They are just sitting around here smiling blissfully. Even old G Doom and humming, what? Smiling blissfully, even old G Doom and humming an ethereal and beautiful melody. And the cat in my lap, Sylvie, is purring so loudly it sounds like she is singing. And indeed she is. So are we all. Jackpot. This card in a reading signifies the joy of success after a time of struggle. A new way of life has been accepted and is being integrated. A sense of inner peace is growing. The struggle has all been worth it. This is a time of consolidation and joy, and is both a reward for past achievements and a time for preparation for the next climb up the path. Can you feel it? I can feel it. Beautiful, intense energy saying we have been through some shit. We've been through some shit. I don't care what sign you are. You've been through some shit. You've gone through a lot of transformation and transfiguration already. We're going to go through more, and it might be a little uncomfortable, but given what you've already gone through, it's just going to be more about getting things in place and in order. And like He of the Fiery Sword in one of the other readings, it's about this whole transformation, the strength, the transformation, going through a place and time, and then we also had the Singer of Initiation in these readings. So we've had the Singer of Transfiguration, the He of the Fiery Sword, and the Singer of is it now I'm like losing it. Yeah, it was Initiation. The Singer of Initiation. We have Initiation, He of the Fiery Sword, and also Transfiguration is massive. transformation, transcendence, metamorphosis. Oh my goodness. Super duper driving home the just all of this energy, you guys. Following, understanding these messages is being so utterly amplified by the singer of Transfiguration coming in to give so much of this fiery energy to our future, to understanding ourselves in the future and what's going on. Yes, we've been through so much. There has been so much transformation, recognition, understanding. There's so much more to go, though. It's like it is that, okay, on to the next one now, because we have been through so much chaos and struggle and blockages, things getting in our way, and just pushing through and pushing through and pushing through and reinventing what we're doing and figuring things out. For some of us, it's been super, super intense. We've lost things, we've gained things, we've figured stuff out, we've understand where we've reacted instead of thought about things, and that's changed us as well. And I mean, all of this stuff, all of these things, all of these connections that we've made in the past year and beyond is something to think about as we're going forward. What connections are better left disconnected? What connections are coming up that we've never really had before? They're brand new. What connections are getting even stronger? What connections need to be reconnected? That's also part of this as well. This Stargate is all about all of that stuff: healing, clearing, making way for new, really abundant energies. This is what this is telling us. We have look at this. We have the Three of Cups, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Singer of Transfiguration. I mean, these are just amazingly beautiful cards. Just so much potential for growth, coming together, understanding. Truly quite beautiful. Show you Singer of Transfiguration again. Oh, wow. So cool. Okay. Now, last but not least, you guys, our very, very last oracle card for all of these readings. Let's see what we get. Last one of these oracle cards that I read. I was crying all the way through it. It was Grandmother Magics. Is absolutely beautiful. Can't wait to see what comes out this time. For our Divine Masculine. I bring in our divine counterparts in, our beautiful Dragon Fae, to come in and give us messages for our Divine Masculine. The Blue Lady. Nothing is impossible. This is a great card. Right on the heels of the Singer of Transfiguration is the Blue Lady. And she is, yes, always telling us nothing is impossible. I know she's at the end here. The Blue Lady, card number 39. with her beautiful little dragon. Oh, this is such a good card. Okay, let's get into it. The Blue Lady speaks. Nothing is impossible. Nothing. Those who tell you now that what you wish for and what you yearn for and the road that the road you take is too hard, too difficult, too challenging, that it is not for you, for yours is not of the adventure of the dream. Yours is of compromise and slow heartbreak. I am here to tell you that they are wrong. Do not be angry with them. They are only speaking with the voices of others who were also in fear. Their true voices may have forgotten and buried. Their true voices they have forgotten and buried because to remember them now hurts them so. As they feel the distance between who they really are and who they've allowed themselves to become. Do not fall into their illusion. Their resistance will grow stronger, so be prepared. But the strength that is within you is fed and supported, will grow till the seemingly impossible is made real. Nothing is impossible. Not an archangel in a body or a dragon. Nothing is impossible. Your dreams have a chance of coming true. Most of all, you have a chance to be truly yourself rather than to the cut down to size versions others wish you to be. And people will come to say anything to try to knock you down. It's true. Be yourself, follow the dream, and listen to your own clear, calm inner voice. Be guided to do the impossible now. That right after the Singer of Transfiguration, oh my goodness, you guys. So powerful. This is literally saying there is so much energy here to do and be anything you want to do and be. Don't let fears and illusions confine you to things that aren't even real. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. Just remember that. About the Blue Lady. The beautiful dragon fade lady grows in her garden the things that others believe are not possible. When told she was making it up or inventing her garden, she invited all to see her blue roses, which no one believed she could grow. Even then, many turned away, claiming she simply used a sorceress trick. But it is simply that she could do what others could not, because she trusted that still small voice that allowed the impossible, loving space in which to take hold, grow strong roots, and burst into flower. What is impossible to some is quite natural to her. She believes in infinite and precious possibilities and allows what others declare impossible to come forth. I am all about that. I know what is possible. Maybe others believe it is utterly impossible, but I know what is possible, and nobody's going to change my mind of that. This is the type of attitude that needs to be adopted, not the, well, it hasn't been done, or it can't be done, or it's impossible, or it's not. No. Only if you allow it to be, sure. Now, divinatory meanings. People may be speaking to you from their fear. They tell you that what you wish for and hope for cannot be. And it's not about the mundane. It's about the precious jewels of hope that form our existence and our identity. The question truly is, who do you wish to be? An amalgamation of the fear and conditioning of others? Or do you wish to bravely be yourself and risk the falls that may come? Yeah. That second one. It's scary sometimes, but when you're supported in who you are, and that truly is who and what you are, there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. Because the Lady of the Blue Rose tells you that falls will come, and as will resistance, but she also tells you that the breaking through to the other reality is your role this lifetime. To carve out a path for yourself and to light the way for other travelers. You are unlimited. You do not allow the fear to bind you and burden you. You are free. And as such, the impossible is simply an act of magical will and self-determination. Boom! So true. The impossible is simply an act of magical will and self-determination. Mm-hmm. Summon your inner, working with the Blue Lady, summon your inner courage and cast away the thought that courage is muscled and wears armor as a shield Courage can be gentle and delicate too. It simply needs to stay true to who it is and what it does. Take steps to separate advice that comes from experience, wisdom, and advice that comes from fear, conditioning. There's a difference between the internal advice or the external advice that's a wisdom that's held in with wisdom energy, or conditioning energy. Conditional energy and conditioning energy is not real. That's a false construct that was created and perpetuated because we hand it down and pass it out, but it's not real. What's real is what you know from the inside out, from wisdom, ancient wisdom, wisdom from the other side, or your own wisdom from this lifetime. Both of those types of wisdom. Understand that you are the being who must make a decision about your path. No matter how caught up and bound you feel you are, there is always a way to be truly free. And that is by expressing the essence of you and being true to your own heart and talents and powers. Stay strong, stay true, and do not waver. Call on the Blue Lady and she will gently guide you, finding others who can mentor you through the impossibles. You will also be, let me say this again. Call on the Blue Lady and she will gently guide you. Finding others who can mentor you through the impossibles will also be of great assistance at this time. So like-minded spiritual people who don't believe in impossibles are the types of people that you need to be open to. Also, take time to clarify your own conditioning and make a renewed commitment to come from your talent and your gifts and your truth each and every day. Small, powerful moments of courage creates a life fully lived. So I'm going to read that again. Also, take time to clarify your own conditioning and make a renewed commitment to come from your talent and your gifts and your truth each and every day. Small, powerful moments of courage create a life fully lived. Yes, this has definitely been in theme with so many of these readings. Being who we truly are, not believing that things are impossible, believing in magic, believing in things that you cannot see, believing in the things that you feel and know inside of you, being divinely guided. Not letting the resistance and the fears and the projections of other people affect what you know about yourself or the trajectory that you're going on to discover more about yourself. Trust me, there's nothing in that other than just confusion, I guess. You know, you must fully understand how important it is to have that authenticity within yourself, to find it, to keep it, to cultivate it, and not let it be bullied into wavering from your path. It's ultimately important, the responsibility that you have to your own self in this regard. And this is what the blue lady is talking about. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. I think she says it in here like 10 times. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. It's kind of the same with nothing is impossible and everything happens for a reason. Nothing is impossible except for the limitations of our own ideas and what we feel we think we know, or what we think we know. What do we really know? And what have we been told? So through this time period, through this gate, there's going to be, I'm hearing some challenges that are going to come up with challenges about what we know, our faith, our wisdom, what we know about ourselves, what we've come into contact and connection with, and there may be challenges with that. And it's just opportunities to see where you're at. Where are you? You kind of don't know where you're at with how you feel about things until somebody or something comes along and pokes you, and then you have your feeling, your reaction. So with that said, pay attention to how you're going to get poked, and pay attention to getting the warning, or getting the information, getting the guidance that you will be poked ahead of being poked. And then pay attention to how you're being poked. And then pay attention to how you're reacting to being poked. And then pay attention to what it feels like after the fact of your reaction, whatever your reaction is. It's all a process that's going to repeat. And in every single instance, we have the opportunity to engage or disengage, to add to energy or to subtract from the energy of any given situation. It's totally up to us what we're going to do and what in our timelines and how we're going to react. So I know for myself, there's things that come up about me or what I do or what I say or whatever. I honestly, at some point I'm going to get a lot more resistance as more people know me, but it's not that much, really. It's truly not. And I think that comes from the energy that I put out is so solid in my convictions of what I'm saying and what I'm doing and who I am that, there isn't who's to say boo about it, so I get picked at in different ways or, whatever. And then it's my reaction to that really rounds it out. And in my own journey, I've seen my own growth in how I react and how I deal with things, of what I know and hear and what I'm projecting out and how it's coming across and what the other people may be seeing and perceiving and how that all blends together. Just as an example. So, and we always see a reflection of what we're putting out. So that's something really, really to pay attention to. And also what I'm hearing at the same time is being guided in that, and being guided in our pursuit to cultivate that deeper connection with our own highest selves, which so many people think isn't possible, can't be a thing, it doesn't happen to you, you're dead. Some people don't even believe anything happens when you die or any of these things. But the truth of the matter is that you can connect to the divine, and including your own soul self right here in body, awake, and dreaming, but alive and kicking, and you don't have to wait until you're dead to do it. And the fact of the matter is, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to do it while you're here, and you're supposed to work as an avatar for your soul and be connected in that way. That's why it's so, so very important. I've had people come to me and be like, oh, it's not important to say who you are or what you are or any of this stuff. Why is that even important? Da, 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 da. Well, it's ultimately important. It's extraordinarily important. It's not an ego thing at all. Sometimes I wish I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to declare who I was, because it puts this whole thing of energy on top of stuff. But some of us are meant to do that and be that and tell these things, because other people need to understand what is possible, what is possible. And unless we're speaking up and stepping out and talking about who and what we are, we're all closeted and quiet, and we're all staying in our own little holes, and we're not, doing and expanding and connecting like we're supposed to do. Each of these individuals coming into who and what they are and being ultra understanding of what is and is not possible, and who and what they are, and where they've come and where they're going and where they're headed and how they're all working together. They have an understanding of all of this stuff. This is the goal. So, and let's not forget, the singer of transfiguration coming through here, just super duper, just push all these energies through to be ourselves. So nothing is impossible. Right after the 11 card, the singer of transfiguration. So you guys, this is so, so, so powerful. I'm super, like, I don't know, the last reading was just super emotional with all the support and just this whole creational thing and all this feminine, divine, gooey, ooey, pregnant, nurturing energy. And this is coming in to just amplify that with just direction and drive and understanding and consciousness and breaking through walls of and barriers of what we think is possible or real or not real and all that bullshit. It's really just breaking right through it. And there's so much coming up to get our attention in these ways, but we also need to create space. Again, what I said in one of the other ones, we need to create space to have faith. We need to create space to live in faith. We need to create space to hear our divine counterparts. When I was on the Jason Ellis show, he asked me if I'm always talking. And I'm like, no, I'm a lot of the time in total silence, because you need to be quiet to hear. So you need to create space to hear and listen and be guided. And that's also something that's coming through big time right now in this reading as well. Again, of course, meditation is humongous. And I'm excited about the meditation that we're going to be doing, and for 11/11, which is tomorrow. After a brief rest here, it is 3 o'clock on the nose. Look at that. 3 o'clock on the button. We're almost done with our 3 videos, our 6 readings. We're 2:33:22 into this video, the longest one yet. And we're getting numbers. 9 of spades coming through. Number 1 card for our numbers. Ten of hearts. So we have 9 and 10. And 4. And I swear to you, I thought it was just another 4. Yep, there's another 4. I was like, oh, there's a 4. And then the card fell. I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to get that card. And that's a 4 too. 4 of spades. We have, this is one of the first, this is like the first reading that Joker didn't come out. 4 of spades. We've had a lot of 4s though. 4 of spades, a lot of 10s, and a lot of 9s. 4, 10, 9. So again, we have 23, the number 23. I can't even, you guys, 23. Huge numbers. So pay attention to 23. Pay attention to, we're seeing 10 and 1. We're seeing 9. 9 is a huge, huge number, really major, massive number with creational energies. Number 4, we're looking at mirrors here again. Major, strong upsurge in your connection with your guides and guardians, specifically your guardian angels. Cultivating, making, solidifying, really establishing a true connection with your guardian angels. Who also help you understand that nothing is impossible. And again, portal energy, big time portal energy. Just take yourself right into there and look at all the love around it. Just so much going on with that. 4, 9, and 10. So 4, 9, 10, 1, 23, 5. I'm just seeing mirrors. 13. 13 may be a significant day. Be prepared for some news, some change, something going on with the 13th. And I'm hearing for some people, you're really going to be pushed into working and learning about alchemy, about energy, numerology, that sort of stuff, astrology. Some people are going to be like really being pushed in these directions. Okay, guys, that's it. We're done. We are 2:37:54, almost at 2:38 into this video and reading. Thanks for sticking with me this entire time, for getting the messages for the divine feminine, the divine masculine, for all of our signs throughout all of these videos. This video, very, very intense. They're all really super cool and intense. All these messages coming through. Again, I've never done readings like this before. It was really, really cool. And I've been getting this energy that I'm going to be offering this exact same type of reading to individuals and it'll be about an hour session, and it's going to be at a super low discounted rate for the Stargate, and I'm going to be putting out that information in its own separate video, so look out for that. It's just something that's been coming ever since yesterday, and it's very different than any other type of reading that I do, but it's going to be more individualized. If you want an individualized reading session in this exact same format, it's going to be available, so please look out for that. I'm going to drop that on my website. I'm going to make its own little video about it so people will know. It's going to be really affordable, really dynamic, super empowering. A lot of information comes out. As you can see, we're using a lot of decks, but just one card per deck is really, really powerful. And I love this format, and especially like rounding it out with the numerology. So that's all included in it too. It will be. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. This has been a really cool experience for me. And look out for also my meditation that will drop later on today at some point after I eat and rest. Take this all in and get these videos up and online. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. You'll like, share, and subscribe. Please comment your reactions or how you feel about this or how it may have resonated with you. I really appreciate that. The engagement that I get or don't get on my videos is directly proportional to more people seeing me. And unfortunately, I get some people watching my videos, but not a whole lot of people commenting and liking them, unfortunately. So if you guys could please do that, I really, really appreciate it. I kind of gave up asking and begging for that months ago because I just got really tired of being ignored. But it's really important that more people are aware of the information that we put out here. And in order to do that, I do need engagement. It is really important with the way that YouTube works. So I appreciate that in advance. If you could please drop me a like, post a comment, do a share on social media, tell your friends and family about the different things that I offer here on this channel. I do really appreciate it. Infinite love and light blessings. I love you already. Don't forget the key is to create, and that was totally out of order. I'm going to do that again. That felt really weird. Infinite love and blessings. Don't forget, I love you already, and the key is to create, you guys. Mwah. Love you guys.